Hello everyone, my name is John Perez, and I am the Snackability team lead for the fall 2021 semester. This will serve as a brief guide on how to get Snackability up and running on your local machine. So the requirements are JIT, Node.js, Visual Studio Code, or any other IDE, but I prefer using Visual Studio Code, and GitHub Desktop. To install these programs, you need to go follow these links. So first, you install JIT. You click Control and then click. You'll be brought to this page. Click the Downloads tab, and then pick your appropriate operating system, the installer for the appropriate operating system. I already have it. I'm on a Windows machine, and I already have it for Windows. So you just have to click here and click Install. Then, to install Node.js, you do the exact same thing. Click Control, then click. Download the long-term support version. Do not download the current version as it breaks some of the features in the project. So it's highly recommended you keep the LTS version for whatever operating system you use. Then you move over to Visual Studio Code or any other IDE you want, but Visual Studio Code, you click here, and then download the version for your operating system. Then finally, you have to install GitHub Desktop. You just follow this link and download for your operating system. So once you have all of these, you will then move over to, you can then start following the guide. We'll start with the front end. There's two different projects, one for the front end and one for the back end. And they both follow more or less the same process. So for front end, you can use either GitHub Desktop or the terminal. I prefer using GitHub Desktop as it saves a lot of time and it lets you visualize all of the changes being made to all of the branches. And as a team lead, it's helped a lot. So the first thing you're going to do is navigate over to GitHub Desktop. You're going to have to find it on your machine. When you first start it, it won't look like this. It's going to show up a sign-in page. To simulate it, let me go to Options and Sign In. And it's going to send you to your browser. Then this window will appear, and you can log in with your personal account. So this is my username. You hit Sign In, then open in GitHub Desktop.exe. It'll then bring you to this page. And you won't be able to see this part right here. If you follow the guide, you then have to go over to github.com and sign in directly on this page. Once you're signed in, you then come back to the guide, and this is the link to the front end repo. The front end is public, so you shouldn't have any issues. You just have to navigate over to this link, click the green code button, and then open with GitHub Desktop. Then open in GitHub Desktop, and it shows up right here. When you first come to this page, it should look kind of like this. It will be set to the master branch. You are not allowed to work straight off of the master branch. You have to make a branch based off of the one for your semester. So for example, I have a fall 2021 branch. You guys are going to have a spring 2022 branch. And even then, you'd have to make a new, if you're going to work in teams, so like there's two different user stories and each user story is assigned to a different team. It depends on how your team lead divides the group. You'd have to make other sub branches. So to do that, you just have to click here and then new branch and then base it off of fall 2021 or spring 2022, depending on your semester. And then you have to work off of that branch. Do not work straight off master. So with that set, you click the appropriate branch. For Web App Snackability is the front end. So fall 2021, you come up here to repository and open the Visual Studio Code. You will then be presented with this page. Then this dialog, this terminal box will not appear on your end. So you have to come up to terminal, new terminal. And then you have to do npm install. And this will download all the dependencies needed for the front end to run on your machine. It takes some time, so I'm going to have to skip it. After everything's installed, you do npm start. It'll then run the starter commands, and then it should look like this. And it should launch the front end on your default web browser. So in this case, it's Chrome, localhost 3000, and you can start using the front end. Now, all of these features are broken at the moment because you haven't started the backend. In order to start the backend, it's a very similar process. You come down here. The backend is a private repo because it deals with user authentication and our API keys are in there. So it's a private project. How do I grant access to a private project? The team lead can by logging into the Snackability, the Snackability account. So snackabilityapp@gmail.com. The team lead will log in on the web browser. He'll look for the backend. So in this case, he can just go to the guide and click on the backend link. He'll be brought up to this page. Then you click settings, manage access, and here you can add all the members of your team, including the team lead's personal accounts, because that's the one he's going to be using to add commits. So once you have all the members in here and they accept the invite that they received through email, you can then, let me sign out and back into my personal account. You can then navigate over to this page. You hit the green code button and open in GitHub Desktop. It's a very similar process to the front end. So as you can see, current repository is Snackability backend. Make sure you're not working off of master, work off of your own private branch. Then repository, open a Visual Studio Code. And same thing, new terminal. npm install, you run that command. So in this case, this one takes a bit less time. So let's just do it right here. Once that's done, if you're on a Windows machine, you have to run these two separate commands. npm install win node env. Hit enter. Then you're going to run the other command, which is npm install -g, which stands for global, and then nodemon. I already have this installed, so I'm not going to install it again. And then run npm start. And it should look like this. Now the backend is now running, and now the entirety of the web app in your web browser should work without any hitches. So now you can log in, you can look at the snacks tab and load up the entries from the USDA database. Everything works as intended, and now you can actually start coding. Everything you edit in in Visual Studio Code, once you save it, it'll automatically refresh this page and show you the changes. And if anything crashes, it'll display here. So that's pretty much it for how to run a Snackability in your local machine. If you guys have any questions, feel free to refer to this video or contact me or the product owner at crpalasi@fiu.edu. With that said, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy your semester.